Something I've learned throughout my life, because there's constantly been people telling me, oh, you can't do this. You don't have enough vision, you won't be able to do this. And then proving them wrong. It makes me feel a sense of achievement, proving them wrong. Yeah, I just want to be Jack. I don't want to be known as the blind child or the kid who can't see properly. My name's Jack. I'm 12 years old. I live in Christchurch, the South Shore, which is like near the beach. Yeah, I'm very outdoorsy, like the beach. I love surfing, lifesaving, just swimming in general. It just helps me calm down. Yeah, I'd love the sea. I was born with ocular albinism and nystagmus. If you've ever seen like someone with albinism, you'll know that they're quite pale and they don't have much pigment in their skin. It's like me, but just with my eyes, so because of that, I see the world much more out of focus and glare affects me a lot more. Nystagmus is, if you look closer, you'll be able to see that my eyes are moving from side to side really fast. That is nystagmus. I can't really see it, but when I'm tired, also when I'm reading, the words jump around on the page sometimes.
So ocular albinism is basically the lack of pigment in his eye. So his iris doesn't have a lot of colour to it. Jack was born a month prematurely. Probably around the age of 3 months, I started noticing that when I would talk to him or whatever, he wouldn't focus on my face. He wouldn't look at me. He'd be constantly searching, and ended up going through the hospital. They were pretty quick to diagnose him with ocular albinism.
Like when I'm meeting new people, I don't automatically tell them, hi, I can't see very well, because I want them to think I'm just a normal person, so they don't judge me and feel bad for me for not being able to see properly. Cookie.
Thank you.
I bestowed upon you cookie.
That good.
Yeah.
Well, Jack was originally diagnosed as having vision of 660, which is legally blind. So 660 means that if we could stand 60 metres away, we would see it fine. Jack would need to stand at 6 metres. For Jack, everything looks very washed out, kind of blurry. He needs contrast. So something like black on white works really well for Jack, grey on brown, not so much. Grace is Jack's older sister. She's also his best mate. She's got his back. They've always been best mates. She's also very sporty. She does gymnastics and surf lifesaving as well. She's a busy kid, but she's always got time for a wee bro.
Me and Jack are really close. We do most things like together. This finger on the 3rd fret, yep. And then you're gonna pick the 2nd string, yep. So it goes. I don't know, we're more like friends rather than siblings. So it's the same shape, just down further. So same shape as up here.
She helps me learn songs, and I listen to a lot of music. Sometimes I just listen to songs and I think, oh, that'd be easy to play on guitar.
Your finger, see how it's in the middle there? You wanna make sure it's on that right fret. Yeah, there.
I don't really practice every night. I just kind of, when I feel like it, just pick up my guitar and start playing, I guess. So, Mom doesn't treat us any differently than she would if I wasn't visually impaired or anything. Like, we still have to do all our chores, have to make our own lunch, have to deal with that.
Have you fed Lola?
No, I haven't.
I think she's hungry, mate.
Yeah, feed the cat, feed the rabbit.
What about Bella? Has she had dinner?
No, not yet. I might make her like a little plate of food.
Good idea.
Nice and tasty for her.
That looks good, buddy.
Bunny gourmet meal.
She does love flowers. We have a batch over at Le Bon's Bay, and there's always daisies growing on the lawn. So we tried to feed her one, and she ate it without a second thought. Here you go, nice little plate I made for you. So we just kind of feed her flowers. I think she likes her meal I made. I love my pets very much. Want to say hi to the camera?
Dad and Jack have got exactly the same condition. I feel like I should have known because we always knew Dad had wobbly eyes, but we didn't think much of it.
It wasn't until we had the conversation with your dad that Jack's got ocular albinism, and he turned around and said, "Oh, that's what I've got."
So you were born with like the same eye thing as
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Right, so what was it like when you were my age? Like,
When I first went to primary school, when I was way back in the old days,
back in my day.
they used to make us have a sleep.
Lucky.
They had beds there
Lucky.
and you had to sleep. And do you know why they made you do that?
Why?
Because they thought that because you couldn't see as much as everybody else, you were going to lose your sight earlier than everyone else. And that if you had a sleep, like say you had a sleep for 2 hours, that's 2 hours that you gained at the end that you'd be able to see. Yeah, I know. Pretty funny now.
I mean, at least you got to sleep during school. I wouldn't mind that.
So Jack is a toddler. He was very active, but he was a little bit behind in his milestones. But the ophthalmologist always said to us, don't worry, it'll take him longer. So the best thing for Jack was a block trolley, which he would push along. From then on, as soon as he figured that out, he was off. He loved climbing really high.
When he was about 18 months old,
Yeah.
I'd left a ladder outside. I had got off to do something, come back, and then he was right up the top.
I love climbing trees. It's just so fun getting up that high, making your own path up the tree. Coming down's a bit harder though, because I'll just find like ridges or little bumps out of it, and then I can't see them. And then if it's not too high up, I'll just jump down.
And done. Good. Ready for bridge and push. And hold.
When I was 2 or 3, Mum took me to this preschool group for gymnastics.
As a toddler, balance and coordination was hard for him.
Jack, you are this station, please, okay?
Gymnastics, and it's helped
Good.
his
Rest
confidence
between the
immensely.
feet together.
As he got a bit older, he got put into the competitive stream at level 1 and absolutely loves it.
Legs together, Jack. Yeah. Good.
If you didn't know he was like visually impaired, you would have like no idea. Like he's so able.
They'd take you on their beams and let you balance and do fun stuff.
Up. Jack, really good.
Sister saw this and she was like, this looks cool.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. It looks like so much fun. I started, just doing it for fun. And then a coach recognised me and said to my mum, hey, do you want to take her into STEPS program? And I've just progressed from step 2 and now I'm step 8.
Now she has won a couple national titles.
With Grace being quite successful with her gymnastics, I think he looks up to her and tries to emulate a little bit of that, but realises that he's probably not going to score as high, but he will certainly give it a good crack.
My goal is in a few years' time, I want to get to nationals at least once in the time I'm doing gym.
Jack started surf lifesaving when he was 4. We initially got both children into that. I wanted them to be confident in the sea. Jack absolutely loves being at the beach. There's challenges there. Glare reduces what he can see. So as you can imagine, reflection from the water, reflection from his board, anything like that is really, really just lowers his vision so much. I think you've got the surf race first, yeah. Let me have a wee squiz. So 2K first, and you guys are up first. Under 12 males are up first?
Yeah. When I'm doing a race that has a set course, I have a lifeguard run the course with me.
You go on the whistle. Stay.
I find it hard-ish, depending on like what colour sand is, what time of day it is. A couple of weeks ago, I didn't see the baton and then I got out first round.
And he came up to me and he just said, "I'm so sorry." Tough swim with the drift?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you went to a lot of trouble to find the red beach flags, but with the sun in my eyes, I just couldn't even see them. He said if they were 10 metres tall and 20 metres round, I still wouldn't have been able to see them. So he's a very sensitive little guy and he doesn't like feeling like he's putting people out.
I was so far on the right and I saw...
I've got some pretty good friends with surf lifesaving. At the end of the race, they'll be finished, so they'll run beside me and just like cheer me on. It's really nice. I enjoy it. It gives me more courage to go out and try new things.
Good, I just got 6th in the board race out of about 17, so feeling pretty happy with myself.
Jack's got a great circle of friends and they all just treat him like one of the boys. There's no feel sorry for Jack or let's go help Jack or, you know, they just do it. They're just a great bunch of kids.
When we were at school. Okay, she's going. I was doing donuts.
Hello. Hi, Malachi. The boat is currently tweaking. No, I'm gonna turn this off and then go get it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Oh wait, I got it. There you go.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, I love it how my friends don't care that I am visually impaired or anything. They just treat me normally.
What?
I really enjoy bike riding because it just helps me get around places fast. It's fun to just go over little bumps and something about being told, "Oh, you'll never be able to do this," and then being able to do it. That and go-karting is the closest I'm gonna get to getting to drive. So I probably won't be able to get my driver's license from how we're going now, but we don't know. Things can change in the future.
I've known Jack since kindergarten, so like 2, 3 sort of age.
Give me this!
Yeah, we do hang out a lot.
Not cool, Brody. Yeah.
We live close to each other, literally just down the road. We all went to this school at one point. I still do, but...
With Jack, I've always known he's had a problem with his eyesight.
I never really spent my time thinking about it. It was more, oh yeah, he's got a sight difference thing.
It never made any difference to me. Yeah, so sometimes we had to help him. When I'm like telling him something, I have to maybe describe to him like what I'm what I'm trying to tell him when it's a little further away.
Because we'd always line up together. They would tell me when to go in long jump because he would like put his hand up and I'd be like, when do I go? When do I go? We're all good mates. We have a good time and we waste a lot of time talking about random stuff, but still best friends.
The only time that Jack has thought that he didn't want to be different was when he decided he wanted to get dreads. When he went to intermediate, he didn't want to be known as the blind kid. He wanted to be known as the kid with the dreadlocks. Other than that, he has been just one of the guys, you know.
We had a bit of an unfortunate incident when Jack started at primary school. The Ministry of Ed were very good with like highlighting everything yellow that Jack could possibly walk into. And one of the kids in his class asked why the playground was getting painted yellow.
And she said, oh, because we've got a blind child coming to school. Everyone started calling me the blind child. I'm like, no, I'm just Jack.
It just made me laugh when he said, no, I just said I'm Jack. Yeah, he didn't want to be known as the kid that got everything done so that he could be included or whatever. He just wanted to be Jack.
Have a good day, buddy.
See ya.
See ya.
And Jack wears glasses, but they're only really to magnify. They don't really tidy up his sight much, they just magnify. Instead of bringing the book up to here, he can sit to here.
Yeah, he wears his glasses at school. He's also got prescription sunglasses, prescription goggles as well for swimming. They help a little bit, but they don't fix his vision.
Ki te uru, whakataka te hau ki te tonga, kia mā kina ke uta, kia mā tara ke tai, e hea ki ana te atakura, e hilo, e huka, e hauhu, ti hei mauri ora.
Well done. Inoho.
I use a screen at school so I can zoom in with like the text is too small or to see something on the whiteboard.
Right.
Yeah, I've worked with Jack for about a year and a bit. My job is pretty straightforward of figuring out ways to make those small parts quite literally bigger. Explaining things when he's got his glasses and all, so he's yeah. What's the story about already written on?
It's about a guy whose parents went to war and didn't come back. It's like 1600s, so there's still samurais and stuff.
But he's a very intelligent lad.
Oh, and he's also got a pet tiger. Forgot to mention that.
A pet tiger?
Yeah.
He's got good humour. I quite appreciate the humour side of it.
His parents gave it to him as a gift.
Just casually as you do in the 1600s?
Yeah, it's like, here's a tiger.
Yep, no, that's
Just
fair enough.
raise it.
Even if things are challenging, he has a very positive light on it, which I quite enjoy. You've already done a very thorough story. And I don't see a planning page either, so you've done very well.
I've done this type of story a couple times. I just try and make them better every time, I guess.
Well refined. Yeah, he's got good ambitions for what he wants to do and sets very strong standards for himself. And it'll be good to see what he does in future, especially because he's got the go-getter attitude, which is, yeah, he's a real legend.
No, do you want to just play volleyball?
So, Granddad, I'm at a mainstream school. What were you at?
I went to the Waltham Sight Saving School, which was just part of the main Waltham school. When I went to high school, it was just mainstream. Yeah. And you were on your own.
Well, I've got like teachers aid and a lot of people that help me. So you're saying like you had none of that?
No, nothing.
Well,
no. There was nothing like your laptop where you can increase the size of the print or whatever. There was nothing like that. And I think it made you think of ways of getting round things.
Yeah, we do find our
Yeah.
way around things.
Yeah, you do a lot of that. You just look at an alternative way of doing it and do it.
We're down at the beautiful Waimairi beach in Otatahi, and we are about to launch into our All-Star Nippers program.
Alrighty, let's get moving. Can I please have the under 7s with Jeremy? We're gonna do under 8s with Brad. Under 9s with Lynn.
The All-Star Nippers came about with me chatting with Maya from Surf Lifesaving about how Surf Lifesaving didn't really have an inclusive pathway, and we'd seen the albatross nippers in Australia and how that's run. And about a year later, she said to me, right, we're doing it.
So this is the first program of its type in New Zealand. And I said, I'd really love Jack to be involved. He's what we want these kids to aspire to be like.
Jack's really, really amazing, and he competes up at South Brighton. And so he's going to come and help us out today and be a little bit of a leader. All right, let's head on down to the beach and get ready to go.
And I said, would he have any ideas for names? And I was expecting like dinosaur, dreamboat, or something crazy.
I wanted to reference that it was like an all abilities thing, so I made it like all stars. Because, I mean, look, everyone's a star if you can try hard enough and you stick to it.
Ready, steady, go!
I didn't want it to be a one-off. I wanted it to run for a sustained period of time.
Okay, hey team, what are we going to go and get now?
So that the parents could connect with each other. And this is part of their weekly routine now. They can chat with other parents, they can watch their kids socialise, and all the lifeguards are supplied for them so they can just get out there and have fun as a family. We also end with a sausage sizzle, which is very important.
In the beginning, it was a bit of a shock in how we're going to manage this and get through it. But as Jack got a little bit older and got a little bit more independent, it was like he's just a normal lad.
I don't think he's ever said, I wish I could see normally, or I could see better, or, yeah, I think he's quite happy in who he is as a person.
If you do have like a visual impairment or physical disability or something, don't let people tell you what you can and can't do. Just figure that out yourself, because you might actually be able to do what they tell you you can't, and you probably will have a lot of fun doing it.